Buenos días, buenos tardes, buenas noches mga amigos, mga amigas, mga kumpanyeros, kumpanyeras. Magandang araw po sa inyong lahat. Naririto na naman po muli ang inyong lingkod, Attorney Rene Bueno. Ngayon pong episode na to ay ating pong umpisahan ang ating talakayan sa pamamagitan ng isang napakahalagang katanungan. Ito po ay may kinalaman doon sa naging desisyon ng Commission on Elections and Bank na kung saan prinoklaman nila si Benny Abante bilang isang nanalong kongresista representing the 6th District of the City of Manila. Alam naman po natin na si Benny Abante ay pumangalawa lamang sa nasabing eleksyon sa pagkakongresista dyan sa City of Manila. Ang nanalo po na nakakuha ng may pinakamalaking boto ay si Joey Uy. Kaya nga lamang si Joey Uy ay napatunayan ni Benny Abante at ng COMELEC na isang naturalized Filipino citizen. Kasi alam nyo po, kapag kayo po ay gustong maglingkod sa bayan bilang isang representante ng isang distrito sa ating bansa, kinakailangan po na kayo po ay natural born citizen. Ito po ay kakaiba sa isang local position. Kung konsehal at mayor ka lamang, citizen ka lang ng Pilipinas, isang Filipino citizen ka lamang, whether naturalized or natural born citizen ka, ay pwede kang humawak ng ganyang posisyon sa lokal. Pero kung ang hahawakan mo po ay isang national position kapareho ng isang kongresista, ang requirement po ng ating saligang batas ay kinakailangan na ikaw ay natural born citizen. Mabalik tayo doon sa desisyon ng COMELEC. Ito bang desisyon ng COMELEC na diniklara si Benny Abante na isang second placer nung nakaraang congressional election sa City of Manila? Ito ba ay consistent doon sa decision of the Supreme Court abolishing the second placer rule? Alam nyo po, napaka-timely at napaka-importante na pag-usapan natin itong issue na to sapagkat the Supreme Court has indeed recently reiterated its stance on the second placer rule. The COMELEC and Bank decision in the case of Abante versus Uy appears to be inconsistent with the Supreme Court pronouncements on the second placer rule. Marami tuloy ang naguguluhan. Desisyon ng Supreme Court, abolish the second placer rule. Desisyon ng COMELEC and Bank, second placer can be proclaimed as the winner in the event of disqualification of the first place winner. Okay, so pag-usapan natin bakit nagkakaroon ng inconsistency dito. Unang-una, noong April 22, 2025, kamakailan lamang yan, 3 buwan pa lamang nakakaraan, naglalabas po ng isang desisyon ng ating Korte Suprema na sinasabi na ang second placer rule has already been abandoned by the Supreme Court. Wala na yan. Set aside na yan. Hindi na kailangang sundin yung second placer rule. Because according to the Supreme Court, it is stated that it has no legal basis. And this ruling is inconsistent with the doctrine of republicanism. Alam nyo, yung republicanism sa ating mga ordinaryong mamamayan, ang ibig pong sabihin yan, yung pong kapangyarihan ng ating estado ay nagmumula sa taong bayan. The power and the authority of the state emanates from the people. And it is the people who shall choose the representatives who will craft the laws to protect their interests and advance the common good. Yan po ang republicanism. So kung yan ay susundin natin, the second placer rule should be set aside. Mawawalang bisa yan. No? Sapagkat kung idedeklarang panalo ang isang second placer, sapagkat ang nanalong kandidato has been found to be disqualified, ineligible, o kaya kanselado ang kanyang certificate of candidacy, hindi naman nararapat na ideklara mo ang second placer sapagkat hindi naman siya ang pinili ng nakakarami. Ang pinili ng nakakarami ay yung na-disqualified na kandidato. So, kinakailangan na sundin kung ano ang kagustuhan ng majority of the people who will protect their interests, advance their interests, and promote the common good. Diba? So, alam nyo kasi ito, ugat itong diskusyon na to at ang desisyon ng ating Korte Suprema dun sa kaso ni Mangunda Dato versus Commission on Elections na kung saan paiksiin na natin yung Mangunda Dato na yan. Dinisregard na yung second placer rule. At kinakailangan kung disqualified ay dun sa local elections na yan, it is going to be the vice governor who shall succeed the position of the governor in the event the winning candidate for the position of the governor is declared as ineligible, disqualified, or the COC has been cancelled by the Commission on Election. So sabi ng Supreme Court ay wala naman tayong makikita na batas authorizing the proclamation of the second placer sa isang halalan. Wala tayong makikitang batas na sinasabi na ang second placer has the right to take over the position of the governor or the congressman kapag disqualified ang isang nanalong kandidato dahil hindi nga siya natural born citizen, hindi siya eligible, hindi siya qualified for the position. Ang sabi kasi ng Comelec and Bank in declaring Benny Abante as the winner, it explicitly stated that Benny Abante was the only qualified candidate who garnered the highest number of votes. So if you will evaluate, this is precisely an application of the second placer rule. For the disqualified candidate, si Joey Oy, yung kanyang mga nakuhang boto is deemed considered as invalid. And the second placer will now be elevated. Siya yung lalabas na number 1 who garnered the highest number of votes. At yan lalabas tuloy yung contradiction ng desisyon ng Comelec at ng ating Korte Suprema. So, definitely, magkakaroon na naman ng mainitang argumento, debate at usapin sa kaso ni Benny Abante versus Joey Uy. Alam niyo po, yung core of contradiction here lies in the fact that the Supreme Court has decisively stated that the second placer should not be automatically proclaimed as the winner. Ang aim kasi dito ng Korte Suprema is to uphold the will of the people. And in this case, pag ganito ang sitwasyon, kinakailangan tumawag na lamang ng isang special election para maipakita kung ano talaga ang kagustuhan ng mga mamamayan doon sa distrito na yon. At meron pa ditong isang argumento kasi itong desisyon ng Supreme Court na to sa kaso ni Mangunda Dato versus Commission on Elections ay specifically referred to the local position. And there are some arguments that this also applies to national elective positions just like the congressional seat, because the primary consideration here is the will of the people, to respect the will of the people, and we cannot impose upon the people kung sino ang magiging representative nila, kung yung second placer ba, third placer, hindi naman yan ang pinili nila. Ang pinili nila ay yung disqualified winning candidate. So if we are facing this kind of situation, the Supreme Court said we must call for a special election. So hindi yung ipapaupuin mo yung second placer na hindi naman pinili ng majority of the people. If you will allow that, that would be inconsistent with the doctrine of republicanism, which I will repeat, na kung saan ang ibig sabihin nito, dapat masusunod ang kagustuhan ng majority of the people. Sila ang pipili ng isang representante na magre-represent sa kanila sa House of Representatives in order to advance their interests and promote the common good, because the power of the state emanates from the people. Sila ang masusunod. Huwag tayong mag-i-impose kung sino ang gusto nating ipalit doon sa disqualified winning candidate. So the solution here is to call for a special election. And in this case, magkakaroon tuloy ng strong legal argument yung disqualified candidate na si Joey. Uy, kapag siya ay nagsampa ng petisyon sa Korte Suprema, ang petisyon ay pwedeng maging certiorari, not under Rule 65, but it should be a certiorari under Rule 64 of the Rules of Court. So magandang palitan ng argumento at debate na naman to pag itong kaso na to ay nakarating sa ating Korte Suprema. So hanggang dito na lamang po. Ito pong muli ang inyong lingkod, Attorney Rene Juan. Maraming salamat.